Okay, Watkins. Today we're looking at Wednesday, August 22nd, Introduction to Syllabus. And that's going to be on page 1. So if you would, take a minute. Now this is going to be the first video, so you want to get a piece of notebook paper out and start creating your table of contents. And also at this time, you probably want to find that 3-ring binder so you can start putting these papers in it. All right, so take it you've updated your table of contents, kind of got your binder started. So with that, let's move on to the syllabus. And that's going to be on page 1. So you want to put a 1 at the top right corner because that's going to be your first page in your binder. All right, so my name is Mr. Gregory Luke. There's a little typo as we get started. My phone number, it's not 7000. That's the school's number. It's 7097. I'd like to welcome you to Algebra 2. Now, I'm not going to go through and read the syllabus word for word. Feel free to do so if you'd like, but I'm just going to kind of go over some of the key points in the syllabus. We're going to basically have a binder, and that is going to be part of your grade, so you want to get that. Basically, you just need a 3-ring. I recommend a 1.5 inch, but any kind of binder will work, okay? Now, you're also going to need notebook paper and grid paper. I recommend college rule paper, but you don't need to get college rule paper. All right, Chromebook. Students are required to bring their Chromebooks to class every day. Now, the grading policy, now you have major and minor. Now, the major includes tests, quizzes, and projects, and that's 40% of the grade. Minor is daily work, activities, homework, notebooks, etc., and that's going to be 60% of your grade. All right, don't forget, I didn't highlight, but I probably should. Don't forget about Skyward Family Access. Now, it says new for the 17-18. Really, that's not new anymore, and it's not that 17-18. It's actually 18-19 school year. But either way, progress reports will be printed and distributed to students. Will not underline that, will not be. Students are expected to keep track of their grades, and parents are encouraged to get access to Skyward Fam Access online. All right, I apologize for some of the typos, but after I printed them, I noticed them, and I want to be very environmentally friendly and not waste paper. So let's just kind of make those changes there. Just save a tree. That's what we're going to do, save a tree. All right, last thing, really, tardy policy. Students are considered tardy if they are not in the classroom when the tardy bell has finished ringing. All students will be swept to an office for a tardy pass to class and to document the tardy. Students will not be allowed in the class without the pass. All right, so that's really the syllabus. What I want to really talk about now is kind of the format, how the classroom is going to be. Your child has an exciting year ahead of them. Broke the pencil and found a typo. They're not in advanced algebra 2. This is just algebra 2. All right. Things will be a little different than what you and your child are used to. I'm implementing a teaching model known across the world as blended learning model. What is blended learning classroom? A blended learning model alters the traditional order of how the material is taught. In a traditional class, the student takes notes and does the examples during class time. The student has the remainder of class time to start the assignment, but may not finish it, and there is limited time for the teacher to help the student on the assignment. The student will have to finish the assignment at home without the availability of the teacher's help. Now, in a blending learning model, the student takes the notes and works some of the examples at home. When they come to class, the teacher has a short discussion of the notes and reteaches the examples from the video that students struggle with. Now, that really describes what's known as a flipped classroom model. But what I've done is I've taken a flipped classroom model and I've made it into blended. Because flipped is a great model, but it has its flaws. And blended really fixes the flaws. And the main one, flipped, doesn't incorporate the traditional classroom very successfully, but blended does. And see, what blended does, it takes a flipped classroom where the students are taking home and watching the videos at home, but it allows them 3 stations when they're in class. Now, Let's start with the small group. The small group is for the students that watch the video, they understood all the examples, and they're ready to work on the assignment. So that's where those students fit in. Now, there are students that watch the video or struggle with the video concept, and they need a teacher-led class, and that's where the traditional is. Traditional is really going to be incorporated in that teacher-led, and that's what I think fixed is the flipped model and incorporates that traditional model for those students that need it. Okay, and the third one is a student might just need to watch the video in class because they might have been absent or they just want to get ahead. So that really, like I said, the three stations is really what it takes a flipped classroom model and makes it blended. You're blending a traditional model with more of a technology or small group model and kind of puts them all in the class. Okay. Now, why am I using the blended learning model in class? The main reason I'm doing this model is to have more time to spend helping your child master the content of the course. All right, what does the blended learning model require me as a parent? Now, there's 5 of them, but let me just highlight the 3 that most important. Now, you notice how it says, however, with the flip, and I kept that in there because I want to emphasize that I started out doing the flip model, but I found that its flaws, and I'm using the blended model to fix the flaws in the flip classroom. Okay. Now, in a blended learning model, you want to provide your child with a quiet place to watch a lecture video each night. You want to encourage them to take their time while watching the video, which means they pause, rewind, or rewatch. And then you want to understand that they are not expected to have the material completely understood after watching the video. And thus, that's the reason for the 3 stations. And that's where the teacher-led station and that traditional model is very important. All right, what does a blended learning model require my student? The only thing that is different is the type of math homework they are doing. Instead of completing practice problems that they do not understand, students simply have to watch a video, take notes, and reflect on the material. What if your student watches a video every night but still does not understand the content? Individualized or small group instruction and support is available during class, and that's your traditional classroom model that's incorporated in this. If your child does not understand the examples from the video and gets frustrated, they can stop the video and they can come to class to have the teacher re-explain the examples in class. Now, I want to end it kind of with a visual model of what the classroom kind of is going to look like. You're going to have 3 stations. You're going to have a teacher-led station where the teacher's teaching traditionally, going over the examples, working, and if there's time, working some of the assignment problems, okay? Here you have station 2, where you have small group. The students watch the video, they understood the examples, and they just want a partner to work with to finish the assignment. Okay, then you have the video lesson station where the student might have been absent and is needing class time to watch the video, get caught up, or they're ahead and they want to watch the next day's lesson. Okay, now you notice I put a teacher in each of these stations because the teacher in a blended model can move through the classroom and work with each of these students based on their individual needs. Okay, so with that, if you have any questions, feel free to contact me. Um, Let me know, and I'd be more than willing to help you with any questions that you might have. With that, have a wonderful WildCat day.